That's one fine-looking barbecue pit. Why doesn't mine look like that? Ah! 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 Why must life be so hard? Why must I fail in every attempt at masonry? Ah!
Someone check in with Adam Wainwright and see if he's okay.
Someone over at the suicide helpline should give him a call.
Well, I mean, really, they should be giving Ollie Marmol a call because he is the one committing career suicide,
Yeah,
but also career suicide for the whole team.
pretty much. Yeah, they're all kind of just like, you know what? Fuck it, we're bad.
As far as I know, they're pissed about it. Like, especially Wayno because it's his last year, if I recall, right?
Yeah, this is his last year, and he's gonna be going down with a thud.
Yeah. His last year is like going to be his worst year, and that is honestly depressing.
Yeah,
Uh,
I bet he's like, right now he's just like, man, I really should have retired last year with Yachty and Pujols.
yeah.
Because last
I
year
mean,
it may have ended.
He did really want to be part of the World Baseball Classic. He really enjoyed it playing
Yeah,
for the U.S. team.
he broke his penis, but
At least it didn't. At least he didn't break his penis for the entire season.
yeah.
Mets can't say that.
I
Cam's not even here. I'm shitting on the Mets. Like
He's not even here to defend himself.
yeah.
All right.
It could be worse though. It could be Jacob DeGrom.
You could be
Actually,
Jacob DeGrom.
I feel bad making fun of him. Like, he had the choke back tears while announcing that he probably wasn't going to be able to play for the rest of the season.
Yeah. Brother was upset.
Like, he came to the Rangers, he was God's gift to the Rangers, and now he can't play anymore when he's, like, just starting to play in a team that he truly loves.
Yeah.
And you can tell that he loves being in Arlington.
Yeah, he's like, finally, I'm free of the curse of the Mets.
Welcome to SCS Baseball, by the way. There is no cold open. Take off your jersey.
That's how we're just gonna start it like that. All right.
Oh, why the fuck not?
Say
I mean, we are already full steam ahead talking about baseball.
thanks for letting editor me know when to come in. I'm gonna look at this.
I gotta do something to make your job easier, because I mean, your editing carries this podcast, not gonna lie. My great commentary cannot carry this podcast on its back.
It's
but maybe my ability to say, like, completely wrong things over and over can.
I think my editing, you doing that, and then Cam's spontaneous nature are what truly drives this podcast.
Speaking of, a little birdie told me that Cam will be here any minute now.
Yeah. That's
So I'll be waiting for him, waiting for him to come back with the milk like Brian Reynolds.
I'll be waiting for him in the warehouse so that I can beat his ass tomorrow and maybe Saturday and Sunday.
Damn, you're just gonna beat up a child? Eh. It's just an ordinary Tuesday for us.
It's
I
just,
say
an,
on Thursday.
it's just an ordinary Tuesday. Plus, it's not like I'd actually do anything to him. He'd probably fucking body me.
That's true. Cam is a giant of a man. young as he may be. And I think I've said before on the podcast that if he ever punched me, I would probably turn to dust on the spot like he was Thanos. Probably turn to dust on the spot like I heard Ellie did to like his first homer. Over 400 miles per hour on that fucking thing.
Yeah, it was 114 miles, which was one of the hardest hit baseballs Cincinnati Red has hit this year.
Oh, I was way off. I can't fucking read. But
I mean,
114.
it might as well have been 400.
God, true. I kind of owned myself by even admitting I made a mistake. I could have just said I was exaggerating. Fuck. I'm not owning myself as hard as the Cardinals are, though. So I'm sure those who watched last episode but don't pay attention to baseball outside of our podcast for some arcane reason are like, what do you mean? I thought the Cardinals were good again. So did I.
Turns out the thumbnail that we had for that video was the jinx for the Cardinals.
Yeah. I mean, the Cardinals, like, it seemed like the upswing was genuinely real. And then a certain team in the NL Central swept them, and that single-handedly made them the worst team in the NL again. A certain little-known team called the Pittsburgh Pirates. So
we lost to the
if
fucking Athletics.
yeah,
Get over
yeah,
yourself.
I mean, you're still way higher in the NL Central. You're way higher in the entire fucking National League than we are. It was embarrassing. It was really funny for me. Because I did watch that game. In fact, we watched that game together, and I don't think I've ever seen a Pirates pitcher walk that many batters. The A's went through nearly their entire batting rotation in the first inning because of how many walks they got. Like, I thought that was Taiwan Walker's job. I wonder how he's doing anyway. I've
Last I
like
checked, he had an ERA over 5.
Yeah, sounds like Taiwan Walker. Some things really do never change. Sometimes you go from being one of the worst pitchers in your team to the best, like Libertor. Other times, you stay bad.
And then other times you go from a promising young pitcher that could make your team really, really good to just absolutely shitting the bed for no fucking reason whatsoever. Like
It's
Rowanzi
okay.
Contreras.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you can just say Rowanzi Contreras. Wasn't it? No, I was talking about Andy Rodriguez when we were talking about prospects.
Yeah, that was Endy.
Yeah.
And at this point, I don't know if Endy or Henry Davis could help us out.
I think, like, despite despite your pessimism, which is admittedly informed by having much more experience in baseball than I do, the difference between your favorite team and my favorite team is that your favorite team could make the playoffs this year. I don't think it's possible for the Cardinals anymore. I think a miracle would have to happen. Even if the Pirates completely flub it, the Cardinals aren't getting in. The Mets probably aren't getting in either. I'm just gonna keep on the level there.
I don't know. Maybe Kodai Senga will finally pitch to the proper potential that he has.
He needs to branch out. The Ghost Fork is cool, but
The Ghost Fork is cool, but it makes it very easy after a while for hitters to hit off of him, and it seems like nothing else he does works.
Yeah, I thought they called it the ghost fort because you never see it coming. I didn't know you could see ghosts. I'm basically gonna have to go over this all over again with Cam, but yeah, like basically the only thing the Mets can really talk about is how good Francisco Alvarez is doing, which is fair. He is doing good,
He's doing so fucking good.
but everybody else that they have hyped up has kind of fallen off.
Yeah. I don't know. Scherzer had a quietly good game last night. It's just a shame that the Mets fucking blew it for him.
Yeah, I mean Scherzer is still a great pitcher. He's having trouble with the pitch clock, but he's a good pitcher.
Yeah.
In general, it seems like he's having trouble with umpires. Like, I'm surprised. Like, it must take a lot of restraint for him not to throw hands with one. With the amount of like,
Or just throw a pitch straight in the into the like home plate umpire's fucking head.
yeah, like because he is constantly getting in trouble, whether like regardless of whether or not he's actually doing anything wrong.
Yeah.
As I was saying about Ellie though in the Reds, yeah, that fucking well, Ellie has absolutely been living up to the hype that the Reds have given him, which is never something that I thought I would say about a Reds player.
Brothers only played in 2 games, technically 3, because he's playing one right now. Between the Dodgers, and it's the Dodgers too, so it's even more surprising.
Yeah, but they are losing that one 6-0 right now.
Yeah, but they've pretty much won the series at this point.
That's
Like,
true. Yeah, they still got they still got a series win on the Dodgers, and actually, I'm gonna check that really quick. Not that I don't believe you, I just don't want to look wrong. Uh, yep, yeah, they won the series. You were right. I'm not sure why I questioned it. They definitely got a series on the Dodgers, which has got to be embarrassing for the Dodgers.
yeah, a little bit, I think.
Yeah. Meanwhile, in other baseball news, there's been a lot of games delayed on
Yeah,
account of wildfires coming downwind from Canada.
yeah.
I
Thanks a
believe
lot.
you're welcome. In our private little Discord that we do our stuff for the podcast, and there's an image of what Citi Field looks like, or what it looked like at the time the picture was taken.
Yeah, it might look a little. It might look a little worse or a little better depending on what's going on right now. I'll put that picture up.
If you've seen Blade, sorry, if you've seen Blade Runner 2049, then you're familiar with how it looks, because it's like that.
Yeah. You guys have probably seen it all around Twitter by now. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, everybody's talking about the smoke, how the
This,
air they breathe is poison,
yeah,
and when Snoot and I were watching the A's game, I joked that this is how the Blue Jays are gonna run it back in the AL East, setting fucking fires like they're an army in ancient China.
yeah,
Now, the real reason for this is because climate change. Something like this was fucking unheard of a year ago.
Yeah. It's just this kind of thing usually happens in California, not like Eastern Canada.
Yeah. Honestly, where is it happening in Canada
I
again?
don't know. They never say where.
Maybe they're ashamed of it.
They never
But
they never talk about where the fire actually is. They're just like, "Oh yeah, there's a fire."
I'm definitely not near it because there's been no problems on my end.
I think it might cuz like New York is getting the worst of it right now. I think it might be like somewhere over near that area. Like
Oh, it's Nova Scotia.
oh, okay.
Wait, no, wait. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong thing. Uh, I'm checking right now. So they're in the Quebec Ottawa area, so I'm fucking nowhere near that.
All right. I figured it was like somewhere like I figured it was somewhere either there or near like Montreal or something.
Maybe this isn't the Blue Jays. Maybe this is the Wrath of the Expos.
The Wrath of the Expos.
I mean, after all, MLB is very obviously considering Montreal as an expansion team again.
Yeah. Now the people of Montreal are like, do it, or we'll keep canceling Yankees games.
I think the Yankees want that though, because Aaron Judge is injured again.
Yeah, he's out.
He spent a lot of this year injured. It seems like.
Yeah, that's how it was, like for the first part of his career, except other than like the last 2 years, which was why the Yankees were a little hesitant on giving him a big ass contract at first. But then he absolutely went off last year, and they were like, "Oh shit, he's like a full hero right now. Now we have to pay him."
Yeah. Like he is basically the bulk of what the Yankees have going for them. So once the Yankees start playing again, they're going to be they're going to have to deal with the fact that their best batter is once again going to be
Anthony
uh,
Rizzo,
yeah.
which from personal experience is not too bad, because Anthony Rizzo he's a little older now, but he's still good, which I hate.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Anthony Rizzo is like a solid batter. He's a good batter, but he is in the AL East, and the AL East is a very stacked division. And unless your name is the Boston Red Sox, you have someone on Anthony Rizzo's level.
Yeah.
I feel like the Boston Red Sox had someone on Rizzo's level, and then that person went to the Padres.
Yeah, well, all right. The fucking the Red Sox are weird cuz, yeah, they're not the best right now, but they're still pretty good, and I think most of that has to do with Masataka Yoshida.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
Dude's absolutely popping off right now.
They're the worst team in AL East, but I guess that really isn't saying a lot because if they were in Central, they would be on top right now.
Yeah.
Actually, they have the exact same PCT score as the Twins. And they have the same wins and losses, 31-31.
Dang, so they'd be like tied.
The only difference is that the Red Sox have won one more away game, and the Twins have won one more home game. Which honestly, I think puts the Red Sox above the Twins.
Yeah.
Because not needing a home advantage to win is a good marker that a team is competent. Mind you, the Rays are the best team in baseball right now, and most of their wins are home games. Because Tropicana Field is the devil. In fact, they just got one.
What did they get?
A win against the Twins.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I saw the the Dodgers just beat the Reds too.
Yeah, both of those are like fairly expected results. It's honestly impressive that the Reds did win the series because they're not a team I would expect to be competitive against the Dodgers. But the Reds have been good this year.
Mm-hmm.
Much better than they were last year, to be sure. They're still not. Well, they're not amazing. They're still a sub 30 team, but so are the Padres right now. The Padres have kind of fallen on hard times by the looks of it. They got outshined by the Giants.
Yeah. The Padres
Uh,
are going through a bit of a tough sled right now.
I'm not even sure what's going on because the Padres have a lot of amazing players on their team.
Yeah, I think it's just underachieving.
Yeah, I mean, I think things have really been shaken up, especially by the fact that the Diamondbacks are not an underdog anymore. Well, I mean, they're still the underdog, but the underdog is winning for once.
Yeah.
The NL West is kind of completely in flux, other than the universal constant of the Rockies sucking ass.
Yeah. Oh, the final game for the D-backs and Nationals was postponed. You want to guess
What?
why?
Because of fires,
Yep, air quality. They're not
air
going to be able
quality.
they're not going to be able to make it up until June 22nd.
God,
Yeah. But that's
these
really
these wildfires have really like shaken things up in the East divisions. They pretty much have to play away games for the rest of the season.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm surprised that they aren't just doing that. Because the fact that the Nationals aren't going to be playing until the 22, uh,
Well,
it's
that's not
uh,
it's not necessarily that they're not playing until June 22nd. It's just this game between the Diamondbacks will not be played until the 22nd.
okay. That makes sense. It's a good thing that the Nats are still getting to play, that East divisions are still getting to play, because otherwise it would be pretty unfair to them.
Yeah.
Even though the AL East needs no help overachieving.
Yeah. I wonder though cuz this game between the Phillies and Tigers that's happening at 6 so far is still happening, and these two games that are happening between the Yankees and White Sox are also still happening.
It might not be as bad as it might not be as bad in Detroit if it's
No, it's in
Yankees
Philly.
Tigers. Oh,
That game's in Philly, and then the Yankees and White Sox games are in
the
New
Bronx.
York.
Huh. That is strange.
They're probably going to end up canceling them at some point today if the air quality is still bad, but
Yeah, it would not surprise me. Cam was supposed to be here 6 minutes ago. I'm sure whatever he's cooking is, I'm
let
sure whatever he's cooking is worth it.
let him cook.
Let him cook. We definitely can't go into the tier list until he's here. That would
Yeah.
not be fair.
Oh yeah, this is also a tier list episode. I don't know if
Yep.
we mentioned that yet.
First one of the month. So,
Yeah.
And we're going to be calling it a tier list episode, as in, we're going to be crying.
Yeah.
Because
We're gonna be sucking on heavy amounts of copium because we're all depressed.
especially me. What the Cardinals are going through right now is inhumane. Like, we should probably put them down like a dog. By that, I mean, the team needs to be sold. The management of the Cardinals is downright upsetting, because the Cardinals have good players, and everyone knows this. I've said it like a million times, because I never shut up about it.
That's been like your catchphrase all season.
Yeah, because it's the fucking truth. The Cardinals are an exercise in just how much bad management can destroy your team.
Yeah, the management's not great right now.
And the management is obviously not in touch with the players, because Ollie Marmol has a much more positive outlook on things than the players do. Ollie Marmol is saying that the players are confident. Meanwhile, Adam Wainwright, a player, is saying that the players are frustrated.
What's up, fuckers?
Oh, hey, there you are. We were just talking about you.
You summoned me.
Hello, hello.
What were you cooking?
What was I cooking? Meth.
Damn, okay. I don't know if we should talk about that on the podcast, though.
Yeah, I can't talk about my second business.
Here's the recipe for Cam's meth so that you guys can make it at home.
Lawyer's disclaimer. Disclaimer from my lawyer: Cam doesn't make meth.
You know.
I sure hope you don't make meth.
Yeah, guys, I don't.
But yeah, all you've really missed is we've been talking about like how things have been going recently, especially for our teams, but also a bit of yours.
A bit of ours, yes.
Essentially, what we were talking about is that unfortunately for the Mets, a lot of the players that were being hyped up this year aren't performing as advertised.
No, they're not.
Except for Francisco Alvarez.
Yeah. And
Alvarez.
that's why you see the tweet every
Yeah,
every few days about how great Alvarez is doing.
Yeah, every once in a while I'll get tweets from like GENY Mets Twitter account on the official SCS Baseball account, which you can follow in the link below.
Oh.
What do you mean no?
And if you don't follow it, you don't get any of Cam's meth.
No.
No, in fact, we're gonna reverse putting the recipe on the screen.
No.
Yeah, now you have to follow SCS Baseball in order to get the meth recipe.
You guys are gonna tank my fucking business.
Good. Wait, wouldn't them knowing how to make it also tank your business?
Yeah,
Yeah.
trade secrets, dude.
They can't know that I put chili pea in my meth.
Okay, Jesse Pinkman.
Yo, bitch. You don't want to start nothing, yo.
So yeah, like on that end, like I guess there's not really any notes on most of them, other than hang on, come in.
Yo, dude. I tell
Yo,
you,
dude.
that
As
fucking
of
Brewers.
Kodai Senga, great guy. I love him. He hasn't been doing that great because the ghost work, while a really good pitch, gets predictable once he does it 100 times.
Yeah.
He really needs to learn some new pitches and needs to learn how to do them well. I think he has the potential to be a great pitcher for the Mets, but until he broadens his pitching talents, it's going to be kind of difficult for him.
Yeah. I think another thing that's going on with the Mets might be like the coaching. Like, obviously nothing against Buck Showalter, you know. It's not really his fault. It's more so like the hitting coach and the pitching coach are just not they're just not, you know.
Yeah. Buck Showalter's the goat.
Yeah. Buck Showalter is the goat. Any Buck Showalter haters?
Yeah, me.
There's also
Why do you hate your own manager?
worth talking about is Eduardo Escobar, who the writing definitely seems on the wall for seems to be on the wall for him. I don't think he has much of a future in the Mets, especially when Brett Beatty does his job,
Yeah.
and so far has been doing it better.
Yeah, Brett Birdie's kind of just outshining.
Brett Beatty is pretty good at least.
Yeah. It seems like all of the younger talent that the Mets have is doing a whole lot better than all of the guys who they've paid a lot of fucking money to perform.
Yeah, and a lot of their establishment talent, aside from like Scherzer, has been slacking off a bit.
Well, no, Alonso leads the league in home runs, but I
Oh damn, really?
think so.
I would assume so.
Yeah, I mean that wouldn't surprise me. Alonso hits that ball with fucking like hits that ball with force.
Yeah. Though now we gotta ask the question: Who hits the ball with more? Who hits the ball with more force? Pete Alonso, Oniel Cruz, or Ellie De La Cruz? Because
Alonso.
Ellie De La Cruz, if you're not in the know, Cam, is a prospect for the Reds that got called up,
like
and
2 days ago.
his first homer in the season, he hit it at 114 miles per hour.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
He launched that ball like it was a fucking rocket to
Yeah.
space, like it was Apollo 13,
it went.
but all
It
around.
also went 458 feet,
What
all
the
the way
fuck?
to the back of the outfield bleachers
What
at
the
a
actual fuck?
Great American Field.
Yeah, the Reds are definitely enjoying their time in the sun because they
Probably get burned in the.
not only do they have their number one prospect doing amazingly, but also they just won a series against the Dodgers. I mean, okay, they won it yesterday. They lost game 3, but doesn't really matter at this point
Yeah.
because they won the series against the Dodgers, and the Dodgers just have to accept that they lost the series to the Cincinnati Reds.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on with the Reds. They're doing like so good right now. Like it's it's weird.
I don't even know.
I can't even like understand it. Like I can get pieces like, Tyler Stevenson and Jonathan India and Hunter Green all performing well, but there's also like other guys whom you wouldn't expect to be doing well for them who are doing well for them, and it's really just like, what the fuck? And another thing too, they have the second most comeback wins in the MLB right now, only behind the Orioles. And as you guys know, the Orioles, if it weren't for the Rays, they'd probably be in first place in the AL East.
Yeah, the Orioles have been crazy this year. Something that's crazy to me is that the Pirates and Reds were both triple-digit loss teams last year, and
now they're
this,
like,
this is a completely different year for them.
and now they're like, the Reds could honestly sneak up in the race between between us and the Brewers. Because right now, that's what this is. This is, like, for the NL Central, it's a race between the Pirates and the Brewers. But the Reds could sneak up on in there anytime they want.
They've got to get 4 wins right now to do that, but it's not entirely outside the realm of possibility.
At this point.
After all, the Pirates have shown that they can lose 9-5 against the A's.
Yeah.
After walking nearly their entire batting rotation.
Yeah.
It's Cam, you should have been there whenever we were watching that game. I was dying inside.
Well, guess what? I actually loaded it up on my PC while I was painting a Warhammer model.
You saw it?
I was like side-eyeing it every few minutes, and I was like, oh.
It was so frustrating seeing the Pirates play that fucking bad.
Yeah, it was like every single time they either gave up a walk or gave up a hit, I was like so fucking angry. There was a play that like really got me cuz like I had just seen it on the replay cuz I think I was tweeting something out. And I saw the replay of it, and from the looks of it at first, it looked like Rowanzi Contreras threw the ball over the first, and they got an out, and I was like, oh my god, they finally got an out, holy shit. But then the more I looked at it, the more I realized he threw it to where the first baseman got off of first to try to catch it, and then he was safe, and I yelled, and I was like, oh no, he didn't, and then yelled out, motherfucker. It was so loud, and Scoom was like, he was behind too, and he didn't pay attention either, so he was like, what happened?
And then I saw it.
And he was like, oh.
Oh. Yeah.
It was so frustrating.
They told me they regret not they regret not recording it from the beginning because like that first inning was absolutely content. For better or worse, it was content.
Snoot had a moment, Snoot had a Cam moment when the Mets just start losing.
A
Yeah.
TJ McFarland moment. I wonder where Chris Stratton is right now. I haven't even thought about him.
I don't know. Is he not on the Cardinals anymore?
No, he still is.
So, what did I ever say about what did you remember when I know you probably talked about this already, guys, but remember when I said they can have DeGrom, he's going to get injured anyway?
Yeah, and he
He
did.
didn't have to, Rob. He's gonna get injured anyway. What the fuck happened? Oh, look, I was right.
He had he's got to get a second Tommy John's, and it's a little bit sad, honestly, because
I don't think his career's gonna last much longer if he keeps getting these surgeries.
I mean, here's the thing: he can't play for the rest of the season.
Yeah, that's a season-ending one.
Yeah, and it felt really bad for him because I saw like when he was making the announcement to the press, he was holding back tears. Like DeGrom wanted to cry. He finally moved to a team where he feels like a part of it, and he can't even play this season. He brought the Rangers to the top of AL West. He brought the Rangers like to being able to make the playoffs this year, and he can't even be there just to carry them potentially to the World Series.
Who do they have to rely on now?
That's a
Their
great.
their absolutely dominant offense.
That is true.
True, but pitcher.
The Rangers have been
Oh, on
hitting really.
oh, and pitcher, probably Nathan Eovaldi.
Can I quickly talk about how I'm gonna miss Shea, the Mets dog.
What happened to the
happened
Mets dog?
today?
Shea was a veteran dog in training, and Shea had to go do classes like official training now for being a
Oh.
Mets dog, and so
Oh,
now
okay.
the
At least
new
nothing bad happened to Shea.
yeah, nothing bad happened, but I'm still sad. But this is now
Yeah.
the new this is the new Mets dog.
The new Mets
Oh,
dog.
this one's cute too. Look, it's a little black lab.
Yeah. That's
It's
adorable.
Yeah, they met Shea.
That's actually really adorable.
I love that the Mets just have a dog.
More teams should have dogs.
Despite everything, the Mets remain one of the most charismatic teams because of their sheer budget.
Yeah.
So they're able to do like the wackiest shit for promo.
Yeah. Like have a dog.
There's a lot of people that are sad about it. But now we've got the new Mets vet dog. He's 11 weeks old. We'll be having this pupper for a long time.
But yeah, I'm gonna miss Shea. Shea was great.
Shea was beautiful. Shea was still a Met. Shea was the Mets dog when I joined.
Yeah.
Yep. I mean, you joined this year, last year rather, didn't you?
Yes. Oh yeah.
All right. Now that you're here, Cam, we could finally do the tier list, which I will be pulling up. Okay, so we have the tier list up right now, and for anyone who has not seen a tier list episode before, the tiers goes follow. We have World Series tier, which is the top tier, basically the best teams in the MLB right now go right here.
Here for the Rays.
Yeah. And then we got division teams who will probably win their division and make it a little farther in the playoffs, but maybe not. Then we've got wild card, a team who will make the playoffs but maybe not go as far as some others. Then we've got fast risers, which is basically the team who has gone from shitty last month to holy shit, this team is actually fucking good. This tier list. Then we've got mid, pretty self-explanatory. Teams that are okay, just all right. Then we've got trash. This is where we start getting into the teams that are a little bad. Then we've got dog water. Teams that are worse than bad. They're like awful. Then we've got the A's tier, just absolutely no hope whatsoever.
Surprisingly though, the A's
Yeah.
aren't even in the A's tier.
Yeah, they're in a separate tier, which I am now calling "Welcome to Hell, Oakland."
You mean Welcome to Hell Vegas?
That's true. They are going to be in Vegas soon. And if you're a little confused on why the tier list screen looks a little different this time, that's because I'm now using the screen that I use whenever I stream stuff on my computer on Twitch. Cuz I stream on Twitch now. Here's my
Shameless plug.
shameless plug. Let's go. Whoop whoop. I was talking
I
about
mean,
it earlier.
might as well.
I was talking about it earlier, but we have me, and then we have the icons of Scoom and Cam right there.
Cam's
Cam,
the
me.
apple.
no, Cam is unfortunately not the apple.
Oh, I wish.
I want it to be the apple.
You either have to change your like Discord icon to the apple, or just straight up go on this website that
So
I'm
what the fuck
using
am I,
right now.
Artica?
I'm really happy that like I am visually represented by the guy on the cover of Age of Empires 2 African Kings.
Fine then, I guess. Shinji, crank that soldier boy.
Bow, 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 and then I'm represented by my little
Fiend.
my little creature, which I'm only now starting to realize hasn't really been colored in all too well. There are bits of like the white. Okay, so without further ado, let's get on to the tier list, I guess. All right, first up we got the Yankees. Where are we putting in the Yankees?
Shit.
The Yankees?
I
Right
forgot
now?
where we put them last time.
I think we put him in wild card last time. I think that's still true.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, because Aaron Judge is coming back.
Eventually.
eventually.
He's only got like a sprained toe or whatever, but yeah.
It's not Wayno breaking a dick.
It could get bad. It could, because whenever Judge is not in the Yankees, they suffer. But the Yankees are already scoring pretty high right now.
Yeah.
You.
Yeah, that's my
They'll be
thoughts on the
fine.
Yankees.
Alright.
They'll be fine.
They'll be fine.
They're
I-
an AL East team, so as a rule, they're kind of just okay. They're doing fine.
Yeah. All right. Now we've got the Seattle Mariners. They have been underachieving.
Oh my god, have they been underachieving? Honestly, given
They've been getting better than they have been the past couple of months, but I still personally think they're in mid.
yeah, they've definitely run out of steam, and mid is probably the most charitable place that I would put them in.
Yeah.
There were much worse teams in the American League and in the National League, for that matter. But I don't feel like it takes much of a push for the Mariners to fall in the trash. I think they are dangerously hanging on that ledge, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. And then next up we got the Rays. We're just going to put these fuckers in World Series. Holy shit.
They are still God. They are still unstoppable.
Yeah.
You know, like, I'm kind of torn on who else is on like what other team is gonna. Well, we'll say is World Series, but I guess we'll get to it.
Yeah.
Too.
All right. Yeah, the Rays are still God. You can't
Yep.
you cannot touch the Rays. Tropicana Field is still giving other teams a hard time.
All roads lead to St. Petersburg, Florida.
Yeah. Next we got the Blue Jays. They
The Blue
just
Jays,
sent they just sent their Cy Young candidate down to the Florida Complex League, which is the lowest uh minor league like
what the fuck? They sent him to the Shadow Realm.
they did send him to the Shadow Realm. He has not been doing good at all this year. For those who do not know, I am talking about Alek Manoah, who was absolute god last year, but has been struggling. If you think that Max Scherzer has been struggling with the pitch clock, ooh buddy, uh, Alek Manoah has just been so bad. They sent him to the lowest possible area in terms of the minor leagues that you could possibly send him. Apparently, he's not in trouble. They're just they're just trying to give him a bit of time to like fix his mechanics and whatnot, but yeah, he's pretty much uh he's pretty much been sent to the Shadow Realm. But
Yeah.
other than that, I think the Blue Jays are like wild card.
No, I would put them in mid. I don't think that they are
Okay.
beating Yankees or Orioles this year.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Uh
Oh, wait, no, wait. Well, it's wild card. Hmm. I feel like they're still mid right now, but
all right.
I could be proven wrong this month.
Watch them do it now.
Next up, we've got the Miami Marlins, and I'm gonna put these fuckers in fast risers because
What the? Second place right now.
they are second place right now. They also have, uh, y'all remember a little trade that they did with the Twins that gave the Twins a couple of good prospects and Pablo Lopez, and then the Marlins got a little known player by the name of Luis Ariz.
Reyes, you mean?
The announcers pronounce it as Ariz, but
Oh,
probably
I thought it was Reyes. I might be wrong.
one of us is wrong.
No, you're both wrong.
Shut up,
What do you
Cam.
think? You think it's a raise? Like, what the fuck? What the fuck?
Yep.
But yeah, I can agree to fast risers because the Marlins do have some pretty unexpected traction. They
Yeah,
have a better score right now than any team in the NL Central.
yeah. But anyways, what I was saying about Luis Ariz is that he's batting over 400 right now in his June.
Jesus fucking Christ.
The only person who has ever been able to do that in MLB history is a little known player by the name of Tim Williams. And for those who don't know who Tim Williams is, i.e. Cam and Scoom, he basically wrote a book on how to hit baseballs.
Who did he play for?
I think he played for the Red Sox. I might be wrong.
God damn it. Fucking. I guess that makes sense. The Red Sox are an old team. One of the oldest.
Yeah. All right. Next up, we've got the Houston Astros.
Fenway is one of the oldest parks, and it fucking shows the geriatric ass ballpark. The Astros, I think, are still on wild card pace. With the Rangers losing DeGrom, I feel like the AL West is more in flux than it looks.
Just to spite you, I'm going to put them in division. I'm going to put both them and the Rangers in division.
Honestly, that's valid. They're the most likely candidates to win the division. I don't think the Angels are doing it. I don't think the Angels are even making the wild card.
Yeah.
And anyone below the Angels is absolutely not making the wild card.
Yep. All right. Next up, we've got the Atlanta Braves.
Braves. Hmm. You know,
I'm between division and World Series.
Division.
I'm not sure because they have the same score as the Orioles right now. Uh, I don't really know what's been going on in the Braves world. Uh,
Well, I think they might have won their series against the Mets.
they
Shut up.
did.
Shut up.
All right.
The Braves have won pretty much every series after their loss to the Athletics.
Yeah, I'm putting them in World Series. Putting them as World Series mostly because everyone else in the NL right now,
Everybody in
I don't
everybody in
know.
the NL is worse.
Yeah, everyone in the NL is like the biggest crapshoot right now. It's insane.
Like, it would not shock me if the World Series. Wait, never mind. It's literally not possible. But yeah, uh, Braves are still on World Series pace. They could fall off of it. I feel like the Diamondbacks could take it from them.
Yeah.
The Marlins could take it from them.
The Marlins
The
could take the
Brewers.
division from them.
The Brewers aren't taking shit. I mean, the
Yeah.
Brewers are taking their own division, but
Yeah. All
it's
right.
not hard. It's not it's a wasteland.
Next up we've got the Orioles. I'm going to put the Orioles in division because if the Rays weren't playing absolute god mode right now, they would be winning their division.
Yeah, you're right. The Orioles have been a cut above the rest in the AL East. Uh, I mean, they are better than any NL team right now, in fact, since their score is 1-1 with the Braves.
Yeah.
I feel like they could give the Braves a real run for their money. If the Orioles made the World Series, they would have a good chance. But it's a matter of beating the Rays to it,
Yeah.
and I don't know if they're going to do that.
Yeah. For those of you who are a little confused as to why, because clearly on the tier list, you would see that the Cardinals are actually the next team that I would pick, but I'm purposely picking the ones next to them. That's because I'm saving all three of our teams last.
Yeah, so we
Because
get to
that's
shit talk our teams.
yeah, because
Yeah,
that's
it's the procedure since like what last year list episode.
I think that yeah. It might have actually been the first tier list episode that we've done it, but I could be wrong.
Either way, we save our teams for last because they're the ones that we have the most to discuss.
Yeah. Next up
Yeah.
is the Guardians. I'm gonna put the Guardians at mid. They still have a chance for their division, but but that chance is like dwindling lower and lower.
Yeah, and unless they win their division, they're not getting into wild card.
Yeah.
Not in the AL.
Yeah, the AL is just too top heavy. Which aren't necessarily the tops that you'd expect, but I rest my case.
If anything, if anything, actually, no, I'm not gonna make that joke. Continue.
All right. Next up is the Rockies. We're just gonna put them in A's tier.
Yeah,
They have been bad.
if the Cardinals weren't performing the way they were, the Rockies would be the worst NL team. Actually, they appear to be about even right now.
Yeah.
But we'll save the rest of the Cardinals talk for later.
And then I'm gonna put
Rockies continue to
Rockies
be.
are in A tier. Sorry, go on.
I was just saying, yeah, the Rockies continue to be bad. It's the one universal constant in the NL West, like I mentioned.
Yeah.
The entire NL West is in flux. The Padres are not doing as good as expected. The Diamondbacks are doing better than expected. The Rockies stay the same.
Yeah.
Like a rock. except it's rock bottom.
Yeah. The Tigers, I'm going to be putting in dog water, mostly because I feel like they're a little better than the Rockies right now. Don't know if their record really shows that, but
The Tigers, like, actually, the record does show that because they've lost less.
all right, cool. And then I'm going to put the Royals right next to the A's. Or, not right next to the A's, right next to the Rockies. Nobody is on the level of the A's right now. They're in
Yeah,
hell.
it's as tragic as the A's. The Royals are still pretty tragic, but the Royals uh, did put St. Louis in a position where tying a series against the Royals had to be chalked up as a win.
Yeah.
And I think that adds points to the Royals, like, because the Royals won in spirit.
Yeah. The
The
Milwaukee
Royals
Brewers. Oh, sorry, go
put
on,
the
Cam.
Brewers quite high up.
Their division, for sure.
I'm putting them in wild card because they're a wild card team disguised as a division winner.
Yeah?
Because they're like. Okay, so my thought process is they are not as good as some of these other teams we have up in division, but they're gonna win their division anyway because because they're like mostly better than everyone else in their division. The only team they're having a run in with right now are the Pirates.
Okay, yeah, you have a fair point.
Like they are not on the level of the Orioles, they're not on the level of the Astros, they're not on the level of the Rangers. Hell, I'd even say they're not even on the same level as the Yankees.
Yeah, the Brewers don't compare to the other NL division winners. They have nothing on the Diamondbacks right now. They have nothing on the Braves.
Yeah. They're just
They
going to
are
win their division because they're the best team in that division mostly.
yeah, it's because Central divisions are wastelands.
Yeah.
Uh, Good teams do not exist here. It is only a matter of which team is the least shit.
Yeah.
Because baseball hates the Midwest.
Yeah, but them Fires clearly don't.
Yeah.
All right, next up we've got the Angels, and the Angels I'm just going to continue to put in mid tier until they prove me wrong.
Yeah. They're not quite trash, I would say.
They're not quite trash, but they're not quite a wild card, and they're definitely not a fast riser because they've been staying pat where they are for like
Yeah.
the past 3 months.
It continues to be a Trout, well, it continues to be a team that consists literally of just Trout and Otani.
From what I understand, Zach Neto has been doing decently, but how long is that gonna last? He
I think
is,
it's a matter of how are they going to use that momentum to propel themselves above the Astros, who have a lot of good players.
and above the Rangers, who also have a lot of good players, minus a really good pitcher.
Yeah, like the Rangers are down to Grom, and I think that could hurt them, but I don't think it counts them out.
Yeah.
The Angels still have a lot to compete with if they if they want even the fucking hope of keeping Otani on their team.
Yeah. I will give them this though. I will give them this. Their starting pitching has been a lot better than it has been years past. It's been a lot better, but I don't really know if that's going to be enough because again, their offense is kind of just mid. Other than Trout and Otani.
Yeah, they're very reliant on a select few players, and that's not how you win at baseball. Uh, Case in point, the Yankees.
Yeah.
Case in point, the Blue Jays. I think
Case
the
in
Blue Jays.
Case in point, the
are very
Phillies.
reliant on their best
Because the
players.
Phillies, who are our next team we're going to be talking about, are trash. I hate to say it because they
which
have
one?
the Phillies.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, that scans.
I hate to say it because they have all this talent in their grasp. They're just not fulfilling it.
They don't know what to do with it.
Yeah. Which is really weird because they made the World Series last year. And now
I think
they're so bad they could possibly be worse than the Nationals, which is saying a lot.
I don't think they could. I think there's still like a gap between the Phillies and Nats. Like the Phillies are not mid-material, not nearly.
Yeah, that's true. Uh but yeah, the Phillies, God. God, this year is a nightmare. This year is a nightmare for those who live in Philly. For the people who live in Philadelphia, they're all probably just waiting for football season to start in September.
If they're all alive at the end of it, aren't they in Pennsylvania?
That's true. They're also in range of the of the fire.
Yeah, so like if they survive breathing in the poison, they'll get the football season,
Yeah,
and then they get to cheer for the Eagles, a real team.
real team. Unless the Eagles start doing really bad, which honestly would probably just make this whole cycle complete.
Yeah.
All right, next up we've got the Padres, and I'm putting them in mid.
The Padres have fallen on hard times, and they're another situation.
Where it's like they should not be as bad as they are, but they are.
They have amazing players on their team. I can't name a single Padres player that I'd call bad, even. But for some reason, their best is not good enough. Maybe they're not doing their best.
I I don't know. I honestly do not know.
It's hard to say, but maybe the other teams have simply
Got
outgrown.
Yeah, maybe the Dodgers, Diamondbacks, and Giants have all just gotten better than the Padres. Maybe trading away all your entire prospect future for a win now strategy doesn't always translate into a ring. But that might just be my personal opinion.
Yeah, the Padres definitely played reckless with their postseason trades, and they are a team in which that did not pay off.
It bit them in the ass.
As of right now, things could still change between now and October, but
They have to get serious.
it's not looking too good. It's not looking too good. All right, next up, we've got the Red Sox, and I personally don't know where to put the Red Sox.
Red Sox right now? Honestly, I think that I think they're mid, if not trash. They're okay. They're not as bad as some of the other trash teams, to be fair.
Yeah.
But they're not as good as the Angels.
God, I'm running out of teams. Our mid tier is getting a little high.
There's a lot of mid teams right now, to be TBH.
Yeah.
Like you mentioned earlier, the Red Sox have Yoshida going for them, but I feel like they lost a lot of their good players last year. In general, it doesn't help that they're an AL East team that's doing mid, because in the AL East, you need to be amazing or you're not on the map.
Yeah. That's kind of just how it is.
It's a very dog-eat-dog division.
Yeah. All right, next up, we've got the Giants. Another mid team.
Yep.
They're doing better than the Padres, but that's not saying much. The Padres are kind of just not doing too well.
Yeah. If not for the fact that 31 wins is like kind of gold standard right now, I would I would have even qualified them for fast risers because they weren't even on the map at the start of this year.
That's true. I don't know if they'd be able to do anything. I mean, they've got some pretty nice prospects that they could uh that they could, call up or trade away for some talent depending on
Yeah,
what they want to do.
I'm not sure it's going to make much difference because I don't think the Giants will magically outperform the Dodgers.
Yeah. Speaking of the Dodgers, they're next, and I'm just going to go ahead and put them at division, and then I'm going to put the Diamondbacks at division 2.
Yeah,
No, fuck you.
No,
it's
fuck
any-
you.
it's anyone's game when it comes to those two.
Wild card.
I'm not putting them both at wild card.
I agree.
Diamondbacks wild card.
Cam, you were high on the Diamondbacks. Why are you suddenly wanting me to put them lower than where they belong?
Because
Because Cam's like, only I'm allowed to be high on the Diamondbacks. Now everyone else is, and I don't have my thing anymore.
I was a Diamondback stan before it was cool.
Yeah, basically. But no, these two teams, they're going at it right now in completely different ways. The Dodgers have just
Going
always...
at it. I don't know if we can talk about that on this podcast. Sorry. Go on.
The Dodgers have just always been good. They're always top dog whenever it comes to the NL West, and me personally, I thought the Padres would have given them a run for their money, but it turns out the Diamondbacks had a step over both of them because they're doing so good right now. Their prospect pool is still really good. And they have a pretty high draft pick in this upcoming draft, too. So there's not really much you can say against the Diamondbacks either. They're kind of just doing everything right.
Yeah. And it definitely seemed. Well, I think it's definitely got the Dodgers on the back foot a bit. Because I don't think the Dodgers are used to having to play their best against the Diamondbacks.
Yeah.
I think the Dodgers just think they can turn off their brains casually against them. Not anymore.
Not anymore, no.
This is not the same NL West it was last year. Not by a long shot.
Yeah.
They ain't used to it. And being caught off guard is just going to make them suck.
Yeah.
I think that, I don't know if the Diamondbacks are better than the Braves, but I think if there is another NL World Series candidate, it could be them.
Yeah.
Honestly, low-key, I'm hoping it's them.
Yeah, they're a really fun team to watch, honestly.
D-backs and Rays would be a fun fucking series, World Series, I think.
Yeah. Alright, next up we've got the White Sox.
The White Sox, a trash team, if I've ever heard of one.
Do I want to put them in trash or dog water, though?
They're about the same as the Tigers, really.
Alright.
They've lost more. They've won more, too.
Alright, they go in dog water.
But they're basically irrelevant. The White Sox are they are the brick and mortar AL Central team.
Yeah.
They do nothing. They make no difference. They won't make the playoffs.
Pretty much. You've pretty much got them nailed down to a T. I honestly would look into starting to sell some of the pieces that they have at the trade deadline, like late June, because it's looking as if they are not going to be able to do anything this year, so they might as well try to see what they can get for their guys.
Yeah, last year was already hard on them, but losing Jose Abreu to the Astros made things even worse.
Yeah, that was devastating.
Because Abreu was like the one player that people thought about.
Yeah. All right. Next
If
up,
this were a
we've got
ballpark team list, they would be in A's.
yeah.
Guaranteed right park.
All right. Next up, we've got the Twins.
The Twins are winning their division. There's no doubt about it.
But they're
Uh,
Central Division.
But they're a central division, and they're worse than the Brewers.
Yeah, we're putting them in wild card. Fuck you guys.
Sounds right to me.
Fuck all of y'all from Minnesota.
Sorry to our one friend from Minnesota who stands the Twins.
Yeah.
Fuck
But
you.
but yeah, fucking the Twins, they're about the same. They're about the same as the Brewers. They probably won't make it too far into the playoffs, but they're gonna win their division because it's a central division and everybody else is kind of just bad.
No, they're not.
Speaking of central divisions, we've got the Cubs. They are trash.
Let's go, Cubby Wubbies.
Never say that in my presence again. Only I'm allowed to do that on April Fool's Day. Every other
we're
day.
talking about
We're talking about the Cubs. They're in trash. Yeah.
yeah, they're a trash team.
I'm not saying that just because I hate the Cubs. They're just bad.
They are not a good team. They have no potential.
Yeah.
They have a loyal fan base like me, Uwu.
I thought you did Yankees in April Fools. I know I did Astros.
Yeah, it's Snoop's thing, but now I'm gonna steal it off of Snoop because I know it pisses them off.
Clearly, just next April Fools, we just all LARP as Cubs fans.
Oh my god.
All right.
Mind you, it's gonna be a real challenge for me because I don't fucking know anything about the Chicago Cubs. I know that their ballpark sucks, and I don't care about any of their players.
Hey now.
I guess they got
They-
Dansby.
Fucking Wrigley Field may not be like the best ballpark in the world, but it's definitely the best ballpark in Chicago.
Okay.
It's the only one.
No, it's not.
No, there's guaranteed. Okay, maybe Cam was right. I don't think guaranteed right park is
A ballpark. That's just
is a
like
ballpark.
that's just like a place you go and there just happens to be a baseball game going on.
It's really just like a bunch of chairs that you buy.
Yeah. Anyways, I already took the liberty of putting the Nationals into trash because they just are. They're better than some of the teams in like Dogwater and A's tier, and definitely better than Oakland.
Yeah, the Nats.
They're getting
again,
better. They're getting better. Josiah Gray, one of their pitchers, is having a pretty good year. So is Mackenzie Gore. So is C.J. Abrams. Mackenzie Gore and Abrams, whom they got from the Juan Soto trade from the Padres.
Yeah, but I think like the Nationals aren't
There's-
going to be able to
yeah,
get better
they're-
fast enough.
Yeah, they're not gonna do anything this year, but a core is starting to emerge, which is all I think Nats fans want out of this year.
Wait a minute. Did
Well, I
you
can
say they're better than the? Did you say they're?
Did I say what? Oh no, Cam died.
Shit.
They ain't better than the A's.
The Nats
No, they are.
way better than the A's, dude. There's no one worse than the A's.
No, the A's are the best.
You're
April. It's a little early for April Fools.
yeah.
Hey Snoop,
Yeah.
what do you have to say about the A's? How's that series? 7 runs.
How many teams are left?
We have the Reds and then our teams.
I think
Reds are
honestly,
going in fast risers.
I agree. Yeah, Reds are going. Reds should go in fast risers. They've been doing a lot better than anticipated. If the Pirates keep fucking up, they're on pace to catch up.
Yeah,
Which is guaranteed.
which I won't like.
I won't either because I said the Reds would be the worst team this year. And every day it seems more and more like I'm going to be the one playing the Winnie the Pooh baseball game. Then again, I think, yeah, no, it's definitely going to be me at this rate. If things stay at this pace, I'm going to be playing the Winnie the Pooh baseball game.
I don't
You
know.
mean China's
I
baseball
think
game?
I think I might also be like a front runner for the Winnie the Pooh baseball game.
Wouldn't it be fucked up if we ended up all being equally wrong and then we all had to play the Winnie the Pooh baseball game?
God, that would be horrible. I don't even know how we'd be able to set that up. All right. Now it's between our teams. Who wants to go first?
Hey, Scoob, how about you go first?
Okay, sure, I will. So,
Oh wait, I forgot this man has no shame.
in May, the Cardinals were on their upswing, genuinely. After a really hard April, it seemed like the Cardinals were finally getting the start they needed. We're getting the pace that they needed. Because they've got Wainwright, they've got Michaelis, and they've got really good hitters in Arenado and Gorman. As well as Goldie. Recently, they brought Walker back up. And the Cardinals have all of the pieces for a good team that'll do good. And then this one series happened. I already talked about a little bit Cardinals at Royals. And it was a tie. And we had to consider it a win because that's just how low the bar is. And then the Pirates happened. And after getting swept by the Pirates, the Cardinals went back to being the worst NL team. Which, if there was any time to hit the panic button, which I mean, there were thousands of times earlier than this, now is it. The Cardinals got their one surge of momentum that they were getting this month, well, last month, and it doesn't seem like they're going to get it back. I think that the Cardinals. I'm not sure if I want to put them in trash or dog water at this point.
I think you should start considering putting them in A's tier.
I'm thinking about it. Let's do dog water for now.
All right. Dog water it is.
And it hurts to do, but it's true. This is just the absolute state of the Cardinals, and until the team is sold to someone who knows what the fuck they're doing with it, I don't think this is going to change. The Cardinals are exhibit A of how bad management can ruin a good team.
All right.
And yeah, that's it.
Cam, would you like to speak on behalf of the Mets, or would you like me to speak on behalf of the Pirates first?
You can speak on behalf of the Pirates. There isn't much for me to talk about the Mets. So I'll be a
Okay.
short closer.
All right. The Pirates are in wild card.
Okay,
So,
fuck
They
off.
I mean, okay, the Pirates are a team at division pace.
they're
But
at division pace, but it's the NL Central, and the Brewers are already in wild card. But here, I'm going to explain. All right. The Pirates, throughout May, had been wildly inconsistent after having an amazing start in April. You know, one of the greatest Aprils in Pirates history, even. They then started to dwindle more and more and more into mediocrity.
Did McCutcheon get us together out of 2003? Yeah,
No,
damn. It's
he's
crazy.
about to. He only needs 2 more. But
I mean, next game is tomorrow. I sure hope he gets those hits. It's
uh,
playing after all.
yeah. But a little known series happened right before we absolutely shat the bed between the Athletics, which I would rather not talk about.
The series
A
before it was
series
wasn't it?
a series between a team by the name of the St. Louis Cardinals. Now, I know what you all are saying. You're all typing in the comics, but the Cardinals aren't even good that anymore. Let me have this. Let me have the floor. The Cardinals have been our boogeymen in the division since 1997. They have just absolutely rolled us every single year, no matter where it was, no matter if it was in St. Louis or Pittsburgh. They absolutely destroyed us. No matter if they had Yadi Molina, Albert Pujols, Mark McGuire, doesn't fucking matter. We just could not beat St. Louis. We could not beat St. Louis, no matter what. We tie with them in April in St. Louis, and then we sweep them in Pittsburgh this past weekend. And
Yeah.
holy shit, that it felt good. It felt good. And the first 2 games were walk-off winners, basically. The Cardinals were leading, and we came back, and then we just held on for the rest of the game. It was the first time ever that we had David Bednar go in for a 3rd straight day to get a 3rd straight save for us. And it was absolutely glorious. And it was live in front of everyone who bought a $5 Peacock subscription Sunday morning, where we got the sweep. And we proved that
You're still shit, but you know what shit is.
Shut the fuck up, Cam.
He still lost to the A's though, like the series, the entire
And I don't want to talk about it. But we proved that we're not the triple digit loss Pirates anymore. We're getting there. We're building a core.
You're gonna get to
We're building.
We're
We're going to. Cam, let me have this. I swear to God. We're not gonna get triple digit losses. We might not make the playoffs, but we'll at least probably be in 2nd or 3rd in the division, and I'll take it. I will take that, and I will run with it.
And you'll shit the bed a bunch.
And I'll run with your mother, all the way to St. Louis.
Guys can't let me be happy. All
Listen,
right. All right,
Listen,
Cam.
I'm not allowed to be happy.
That's fair.
Yeah, he's a Cardinals fan.
I am a Cardinals fan seeking any semblance of happiness.
All right, Cam, speak your truth.
The truth is, the Mets are wild card material. That's it.
You are bullshitting right now. No way. No fucking way.
We'll
The
take
Mets
one,
are
right?
wild.
I'll put them there, but you're absolutely bullshitting.
First off,
Can
fuck
you
you.
elaborate?
now I know it seems strange, but we may be shitting that against the Braves. We may have shat the beds against the Blue Jays, but we didn't shit the bed against the Phillies.
It's to be seen whether you'll shit the bed against the Pirates, because that is tomorrow.
We shut the bed against the Rockies.
I can't wait till we kick your
We
ass
shut
tomorrow.
the bed against the Cup. Where, never mind. Can you move me to like mid, please?
Damn. Oh, so this was a bet.
No, this was me reading back on all of the games.
And then you realized, like, damn it.
Damn, I
You were
thought
like-
bullshit.
You were like, shit, I thought I had something.
You can have some solace in that you don't have to liken your team to the A's. You could be me.
I could be Scoom.
Alright, that is going to do it for this episode of SCS Baseball. It
All
might,
things
I don't
shit.
even fucking know how long this episode will end up being. Probably pretty fucking long. The recording we have right now is about 2 hours, but I started like bullshitting for about 30 minutes or so before you guys came in.
One of the longest, yeah. In any case.
All things are shit.
But yeah, tomorrow, Mets versus Pirates. So Snoot, you better record that shit. So we gotta hear what you and Cam have to say to each other during that game.
I think we'll have to say. I think we'll have to like blur a lot of it out.
We won't be able to release it.
Yeah, there's gonna be too many PewDiePie virtual in there.
Alright, but
No, that's not how we talk, but...
That's
yeah.
how I thought.
Alright. But that's gonna do it for this episode of SCS Baseball. Get on the ball with SCS Baseball. Have a wonderful evening. And we hope to see you in the next episode, whenever that'll be.
Hope you burn your casserole, bitch.
Bitch.
Bitch!
Bitch!